field goal team out there.
Yeah, anytime.
Fumble the ball, too.
Yeah.
Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's been another rainy afternoon day here at the man cave and stuff. I'm happy I got the roof up here at least so we don't get wet. In a couple hours, the Dallas Cowboys will take the practice field, getting ready to take on the Texans. I'm wondering where Eastside Harold is. Eastside, where are you hanging, man? I ain't seen you too much this week. You know, as the Cowboys, of course, the Texans get ready to play. I want to hear from you, bro. I want to hear from you. I want to hear how much you want to tell me the Dallas Cowboys stink and how great the Texans are. Yeah. So, I hope you tune in tonight for our live stream. I'm going to have Brother Roz on. We're going to recap the fantasy draft. And for those, I've gotten a bunch of emails and questions and stuff from people. Our fantasy football, we're actually using the ESPN format, and we did the draft for the first league this past weekend, Saturday, as a precursor to our Saturday night game. We'll be doing the fantasy draft for that one, and then we're going to roll into the game as well. And so if you're interested, we do still have spaces left for some of you great fans that want to join. So we got you covered. Earlier today, I posted a video about Jaylon Smith. Marcus Mosher, I believe it was. Was it Marcus Mosher? No, I'm sorry. Greg Rosenthal had posted that the Cowboys would be liable for Jaylon Smith's contract, or if they would try and trade some of the contract for him if they were to move on him, because as he put it, right now he's the fourth linebacker. Which is kind of amazing when you think about the investment that was made before, on him. But it is what it is. In a way, you should be happy that we've got guys that are playing that much better than him. I mean, ultimately, hell, I wish we had some of those playing, that they're so good that Dak would end up being the fourth string quarterback. I wish that were the case, but I don't think that person exists. So from the standpoint of saying, hey, at least we increased the talent. Now the question is, this is actually a big question, because it was Marcus Mosher who then tweeted out later on saying that if he read over the cap correctly, that if we ended up trading Jaylon Smith, that it would cost us an additional $500,000 on this year's cap. I'm not sure exactly how that is. But the question is, would you pay an extra $500,000 to get Jaylon Smith off the roster and trade it to another team? The benefit to this would be it would save $9 million on the cap next year. So you get a hit for $500,000 this year, but you save $9 million next year. And now with the Cowboys cap situation, because we have an Amari Cooper, because we have a Dak Prescott, because we have a Jaylon Smith, because we have, Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and Zeke Elliott, all these big contracts, we're about $20 million over the cap for next year. And this is where you start looking at the Cowboys situation when you have somebody like Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown is a $5 million hit this year. Now, if you cut him, you still take a $3.5 million hit for this year, but you save $2 million on the cap, which can be rolled over to next year. Jaylon Smith, there is no savings this year. And if Marcus Mosher is right, then it'll cost you another $500,000 this year. I still don't know why I cannot stop yawning since I got back from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I just can't seem to get caught up on my sleep. If that is true, that it costs you an additional $500,000 this year, but you save $9 million next year, would you in fact trade Jaylon Smith, and you've got to find somebody who wants to trade for Jaylon Smith. Now, the advantage for that other team is you get Jaylon Smith at a very reduced rate for this year, and maybe you feel like you can turn him around. For the Cowboys, and I know Cowboy fans out there figure that we can trade because of fantasy football, a player that's not doing real well, and either get a great player in return and say, oh, let's trade, Jaylon Smith for Khalil Mack. Or let's get a couple number ones for Jaylon Smith. Neither of those things will happen. It would end up being a late pick for Jaylon Smith, and basically it would be done as a salary cap dump for the following year. So, with that being known, are we better off just holding on to Jaylon Smith and saying, we do have an injury bug. We know we're deep right now at linebacker. We already have to pay him. Might as well just go through and bite the bullet on this year and see if he can turn it around. Next part of this equation is, with Neville Gallimore, out 4 to 6 weeks. Possibly he could be back for week 2. Maybe he's not back till week 4. We don't know. But should the Cowboys consider signing somebody else to bring him in? Another warm body, so to speak. I actually have somebody in mind who I think the Cowboys should sign, but I'll save that. We'll see how they go with practice today, because practice will kick off late this evening, 6 o'clock Central Time. That's late. In which case, that will be going off, or they'll be coming off the field while we're doing our live stream. So we'll have updates on that tonight as well. The good news is Dak is back. Dak is back. Dak is back. And hopefully, they're going to do some limited work that he doesn't re-injure that sore lat muscle. And that's where we are right now. I'm still waiting to hear word on Tristan Hill, if he's anywhere closer to coming off of the PUP list. If he is, this is the best news that could have happened for him. This gives him the opportunity to try and step in, because we need some people to step up to replace Neville Gallimore. Now, we do have, of course, the Bohemian Beast, who is very young and very raw. I'm hoping that we see quite a bit more of him in practice, as well as during the game against the Texans, and see if he can help fill the void. He's got a big enough body. He should be able to fill a void, but the question is, will he? Here comes the rain again. I love the sound of rain. It's kind of like it washes away all the dirt and the grime, and it's a renewal of everything. And that's what we need for the Cowboys. We need a renewal of everything. Hope to see you guys tonight. Have a great day. Peace.